Hello and welcome, namaste, to the planetary energetics forecast for September 2025. I'm Caroline Crawford. I hope this finds you well. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. And I just want to say a big thank you to those that are taking their time to leave the comments. I know you don't always have time, but I just want you to know I really feel a deep appreciation and gratitude for that. So thank you before we start things rolling. So the energies around that are affecting many people at this time, because they're moving so quickly now to accelerate these frequencies coming in, so we can kind of reach these higher feelings, reach these higher energies and dimensional energies. It can be a little disconcerting to many. I know I've had many friends, many clients that are really having some challenging health issues, and some are finding these a way to open doors to a greater consciousness, to activate further healing within themselves. And this is the most positive approach, as we know, to take, because the body is a vessel, and it often tells us, you know, where we need to make changes, where we need to have shifts in our thoughts and shifts in our consciousness. And when we listen and treat that body with utmost reverence and respect and compassion, we find things heal in a far better way. So don't see if any of you are having health issues, something going wrong. It's a signal, if you like, to say there's something needs to change within us. There's something that we need to make a shift within. There's something you need to let go of. And often, you know, we've said in podcasts before, time is not linear. It isn't a straight line. And it actually moves like a wave, or more often than not, this energy, this time moves like in a spiral. And this is why we can understand then that things move in repeated cycles. And this gives us a chance to see them differently, to think what different choice, what different way can I approach this for more self-empowerment and for more healing. Because this is what these energies are bringing in. They're saying, you know, start to change the way you think. Don't stay in that same old pattern that pulls you into disempowering thoughts. So think about the new choices you can make if things are coming around in your life again. You know, I know many years ago, when we lived in England, and things would come up and I think, oh, I thought I'd worked on that. Not again, not this again, you know. But when we see it from, you know, every day, aren't we? We are growing a little more. You're expanding a little more. We're gaining more experience. We're hopefully gaining more wisdom. And if we can apply that to the challenges in our lives, and in respect to all these fast-moving changes that are occurring in the world, then we can create that greater balance and that greater steadiness, if you like. So instead of feeling shaky and unnerved, we can remain calm and remain steady. But along the way also, it's also good to remember with these energies that there are so many positive tools and so many positive choices, as well as steps we can take if we're feeling knocked off balance, if we're feeling knocked off that perch. And sound is one of the fastest ways to bring ourselves back into harmony. Even a single note, you know, if we think of ourselves as a musical instrument, even when things around you are noisy and out of tune, we can choose to tune in to our own strings and not let other people pull those strings. So this is called harmonic coherence. And it's particularly important to remember this in these chaotic times, because as we become more in sync with our inner vibration, that at the core is one of peace, is one of harmony, is one of steadiness, then as we tune into that, we can feel that, can't we, on a much deeper level. I'm just going to give you a very quick little attunement or guided little exercise you can do that will engage sound in a very simple but very effective way. And it's called the hum. So when we do this humming, it activates the vagus nerve, or stimulates, should I say, the vagus nerve, that then activates the parasympathetic system, that helps calm everything down, that helps cool everything down, particularly when we're under stress. So we're just going to do it for a few breaths, but ideally, if you feel particularly stressed or wound up or anxious, then use it for 3 minutes. 3 minutes is perfect. So it's so simple. As long as you're not driving, I would say, sit yourself comfortable, lift your chest a little so your spine is lengthened. We used to do this in my yoga classes. And we're going to, in a moment, so obviously not driving, we're going to close their eyes, we're going to breathe in through the nostrils, and we're going to put our inner gaze at the third eye between the brow. So you'll just look up slightly with your eyes with them closed. And then as you breathe out, keeping the lips closed, we're going to make this nice hum sound. So we'll just do it 3 times together so you can experience that. So, sitting up tall, closing the eyes, take a nice smooth long breath in. And as you breathe out, keep the lips closed and hum. Nice breath in and out. Let's do this one more time. This time, put your fingers softly over your ears and you'll hear that inner hum a little louder. So hands over the ears, a deep breath in through both nostrils and hum. So know that that is stimulating your vagus nerve, which is so important. It runs all the way through the body, the respiratory, down through your digestive organs, and then it's activating the parasympathetic nervous system that calms and cools everything down. So I think it's nice to just do this every so often. You know, we all do it naturally, don't we? We sometimes hum along to our favourite songs on the radio or what we're listening to, and it just helps us feel more calm, feel more balanced and connected. So I hope you find that helpful. So the other thing these energies are bringing in, if you're finding that you are having health issues, then take your time to tune into that inner wisdom and that inner guidance, because often, you know, we can sometimes give our power away a little too much to other professionals. And, you know, nobody knows your body as well as you do. Of course, there are always times we need to consult professionals, whether it's orthodox or healers, light workers, sound healers, because that we're all here to unite and to help one another. But always follow that guidance, because at this time, as we're becoming more aligned to our soul, to our oversoul, we're going to be finding that you're getting a lot more telepathic messages, you're feeling a lot more intuitive, you're feeling as well that as we move into what people are calling the 5th dimension, just remember also that the 5th dimension is not a place that's far away, but we can think of it as the ability to see situations and challenges from both sides at once. That, you know, the giving and the receiving, the action and the rest, the light and the shadow. So it's not about going into a higher place and escaping life. It's about holding the full picture so you don't get stuck in one extreme. And when we hold the full picture and we see it from the view of our higher selves from different perspectives, then we're creating that greater balance in our lives. So just be aware that as these accelerated, cosmic energies are pouring in, they are affecting us all, but they're affecting us to bring about the most benevolent outcome, the most positive change for us all. So I'm going to call in the Federation of Light, because I always love to know what they have to say and their guidance and wise words and their love for us. So let's call the Federation in. Greetings, sisters and brothers. We are thrilled to see how many of you are really taking that time to become mindful of all the choices you are making, to be honest with yourselves as these energies are, as our dear sister says, connecting you to those higher frequencies of your multi-dimensional self. And as they do that, they're bringing in fresh new ideas, fresh new choices, fresh new actions for you to feel this greater alignment with your sovereignty, with your highest state of being. We want to encourage you to take that time as often as you can to build an even deeper relationship and coherence with your inner self, because this is where you will feel a greater sense of not only intuitive guidance, but a greater sense of your true divine state of being. Feeling the truth and the empowerment and all that power and joyful energy that is really now cascading through all of your energy fields. And you always have a choice, dear ones. Although these cosmic energies and energies from your own oversoul, your own monads, your own divine state of being is coming through to purge out certain, shall we say, off-key alignments or off-key thoughts. As they do that, you always, dear ones, have the choice. But we assure you that when you make the choice to be honest with yourself, to be grounded in your truth, you are going to expand into that greater multidimensionality, that greater sovereignty of your true essence. And as you do this, and many of you are practicing this daily, and we encourage you to make this a daily practice, to tune into yourselves, particularly, dear ones, at those early hours of the morning and in the dusk before you drift off to sleep. For this is where you are in that space of a greater connection to your non-physical selves, to your spirit selves, dear ones. And that is when that guidance becomes, shall we say, able to be more integrated into your humanity. And as our dear sister says, your humanness, your bodies are vessels that are here to help you to expand and shift into the greater consciousness of all that you are. In your human form, and we don't mean this in a negative way, but you are the, if you like, the furthest away from the divine that you experience at any time. And to come back into that alignment with the divine frequencies, it is always through your choice, always through your way of choosing those thoughts, choosing those actions that expand your consciousness, that expand your awareness. And a lot of you as well, we're so pleased to see that through these energies, you are coming together in greater communities. And there may be times that there is a little friction within those communities because, dear ones, you are all a little different. You all have different, shall we say, energetic signatures. So if you find somebody you do not resonate with, or may say something or display something that you don't necessarily feel good about, just take that deep breath and allow everybody to be who they are. Allow yourself to bathe in the energies of your higher wisdom. And if you feel it triggers you, or it makes you feel anxious or annoyed or frustrated, then ask yourself why. How can you change that to a higher point of understanding so you don't feel that conflict within you, and you heal whatever it is that takes you away from your center? So bear in mind that a lot of people are being, shall we say, accelerated, and a lot of old trauma is surfacing for so many of you. And it is a time of great sensitivity. So be aware of this when you're around your friends, your family, your community, your loved ones. And just be even more compassionate. We don't always have to say something back. You don't always have to react. You can just respond and listen and maybe give a kind thought. For everybody is going through so much change at this time that is at times very unfamiliar to them, unfamiliar territory. But by holding space and being compassionate for your fellow sisters and brothers, you're expanding that energy field, you're expanding the harmonic tendency, that harmonic frequency, we should say, within you, that allows you all to raise up the collective consciousness, that consciousness that is feeding back. And we have to let you know, dear ones, that the frequency of your planet, of the majority of humanity now, has taken a vast step forward in this last few months. There is so much that we made you aware of earlier this year through these accelerated frequencies that are bringing about so many disclosures, so many things that need to be cleared from the earth plane, that need to be cleared from humanity. So although a lot of these things can be distressing or triggering for you, take that step back. Just be responsible for your thoughts, for your actions, for your intentions. And every day, remind yourself, at times there is a minefield of so many things taking place around you. So bring that attention to your heart, bring that attention to your soul, call in and invite those energies, as we have said previously, in from your oversoul. Many of you, we want you to consider this. Many of these communities that you are interacting with, particularly on a spiritual level, are all part of the same soul group, the same soul family. And when you resonate in harmony, when you bring that, shall we say, renewed sense of fresh energy, of wisdom forward into those groups, the whole group can come together in a beautiful harmonic resonance. And this is what then ripples out into your world and is rippling out into the world. So although things can be very, shall we say, turbulent in the world, Hold that space, hold that center. See it from the point of view that your soul would see it. Ask yourself, when you see a difficult or challenging event taking place, how would my soul view this? And be in harmony, and seek that harmony within yourself. This way, these energies, as we say, that are bringing out a lot of the shadow sides of many on the earth plane. It is bringing it out so you can absorb the light and imagine that light. Sometimes you may like to visualize that as a waterfall cascading down through your energy field from your highest multi-dimensional self, cascading down white or golden light or whatever color you feel it in any particular time, cascading down through all your energy field, deep into and resonating deep through every cell and atom, every molecule, every electron, proton, photon of your being. And in that refreshing, renewed state, you will be surprised in a beautiful way at how much more, shall we say, intelligence you then activate within you to see you through, to sail through these waters in a much more calm way. So these energies, they are still very much breaking down old systems that do need to leave this field on your beautiful earth plane. So allow them to just do what they need to do. Put yourself in a position of playfulness. Playfulness and laughter is still such an important part of lightening up the frequency, lightening up yourself. So take that time as often as you can. Listen to some vibrational music. Listen to some crystal healing vibrations. Listen to 432 Hertz, for these are encoded with powerful healing energies to calm and to soothe you. So when you feel something is quite distressing, come into that place within you. Create that space within you. You know what to do, dear ones. So you bounce back quicker than before, because your frequency of all of you that are listening to this is rising continually. And you are very much the way showers for others. So remember, we, your galactic family, star seeds, star families, are always less than a breath away. Feel that energy transforming within you, transmuting away anything that you know it is time to let go of. As you move into these higher frequencies of the crystalline energy. And we would like to add, keep up with your stillness, keep up with your meditations, listen to things that inspire you, read things that inspire you. There is so much magical energy in the air, and where you place your focus, that expands. So focus on the magic. Still use your daydreaming, dear ones, and your visualizing to see and create the world from your highest state of being. See a world where all love one another, even with their differences, where all is a greater compassionate energy, a greater understanding, and know that in your times of darkness, dear ones, you are never, ever alone. Before we go, we would like to mention that in this upcoming months, there are lots of eclipses happening, which again bring this accelerated and most powerful energy. So keep your centered, keep your prayer, keep your meditation, keep your times in nature, keep your times listening to music. Anything that you find helps you feel that still point within as you continue moving in to these higher dimensional energies, and know that you are always being guided, steered and inspired when you invite that in. We never take away your free will, so invite in those energies you desire of the higher benevolent beings. Be the light that you came here to be. If things feel dark, look for light. Throw light upon that. Bring that cascade of light down on any darkness, on any upset or trauma, and allow it to soothe you, to show you it from a different perspective as you keep your minds and your hearts open to those higher frequencies. We love you so profoundly. Bring that love in now as we give you a little light language activation for strengthening, for healing, and to activate your divine frequencies within. Shimana o katashia na mea, motatoshania kikai, namasiana I, tini misona makana, o kakana I shima, ishamana kina isinia, o shamaki kanai, o shanama Anamasanai, anamashanai, ashamanai, shamana, 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 ashamanai, anamai shinikai, utanamashia mataya na isha, ishana mataya mataya maisha, nitishana, itishana, itishana. Great blessings, beloved ones. Know that you are making a difference in this world, and we are all at your side and within you. We are always in your field. Allow your field to feel that joy, to feel those divine energies that are your true essence. And we will speak to you again soon, dear ones. Carry that light in your heart. Let it be the lantern in this world. Let it light the way forwards for you with all your galactic family, your star seeds, your brothers, your sisters. Be the power and the light and the love that you are. Goodbye, dear ones, for now. Beautiful energies. So remember that personal growth, as you keep moving towards your expansion, isn't just for personal gain. It's really helping to stabilize and expand the collective energies too. When you bring yourself into balance, you're helping the whole world. And I know you know that, whether we see those effects or not. So as you go into your month ahead, keep a little simple question in your pocket. Maybe, what's one small choice I can make today that makes or that adds harmony to my life and to those around me? You don't need to do everything all at once. Be steady, be gentle. And I just want to add, please rest when you need to. There's times when I just feel extreme tiredness. And if you need to change your routine up, then listen to your body and go with what it's telling you, because that's when we create that greater harmony within ourselves. So create that harmonic coherence in your life. Do a little humming when you need to. Listen to music. Remember, that sound is one of the fastest ways to bring ourselves back into harmony. Have a great month. I really do appreciate you listening. If you did want to reach out for intuitive, a mediumship reading, or a healing session, you can contact me through my website, carolinecrawford.org, or it's the same email, carolinecrawford.org@gmail.com. So the dot's just in a different place, sorry. So take care, know and feel that my love is always with you. Let's keep shining this light and brighten up this world to its full capacity. I love you. Namaste. Take care. Be the love and the light that you are.